Haying season's in full swing on our farm. Despite it being a hot, very dry summer, the alfalfa has been doing pretty well. A little bit less on tonnage this year just because of the drought, but the quality's been good. It's one of the favorite things around the farm that I do every year. But the future of our hay industry is in a bit of jeopardy. And as to the future in the industry in general, will depend on a few factors that we'll talk about at a later date. Most of our hay produced goes to cow-calf or cattle feedlots to be used for animal feed. And we're baling some hay. There's the farmstead. We're baling out here, out what we call out back. Originally the property line on the farms was up through about here, just kind of what would be an imaginary line in today's shape that the farm's in, but originally this was the neighbor's farm and that was our farm. Over the years we've combined everything around us into one. There's some early plant 30-inch row beans there that don't look too bad. That's a little bit thinner dirt, and they were planted early. They got rooted down good. They don't look all that bad considering how little rainfall they've had. And same with the alfalfa. Right here, there's a real crisp edge where the fence line went, and this was the separation line. I believe that might have been the original homestead farm and the other farm, and we got a draw. And this is all alfalfa and cropland leading up to the main hub. Now I'm going to stop, maybe right here would be a good place. I could stop and show you guys an overview. But you might notice there was flags out here. And this was grass, and there's a rut going down through the hill there, which goes all the way down to a dam down there. And then you got a grass strip over there, this little piece of soybeans over there that's not very good. But you can sure see where the mulch finisher went around the outside. The rest of it actually had some grass in it. Now the beans are about the same height, but it gives a definite optical illusion there. So anyway, there's a big ditch that goes up through there. This is only like 15-20 acres out here. Well, what we're going to do, if you noticed all the flags, 3 terraces. So this old one here will be coming out. Top and above will be coming out. 2 new ones going in. And this one here will actually come up around. It kind of comes across, if you can follow my finger, up around here. And you see that hillside where it's real light yellow there, about an acre there, it's real wet. And that's actually where the top intake's going to be at, right in there. That terrace will come around, and then come back around, eventually coming clear over to out in there, fading out into the ridge. And that'll be the top intake on the main that comes up this draw. Then the second tile, or the second terrace, starts out here, comes around, there's the flag right there in front of us, and you can see the other flags, hopefully, there, and there's the intake. Then we come back around here, and we actually go, another intake over there, go out into the beans. Then we have a similar with the third, comes around, down through, comes out, around, and over there. And there's a good look at that ditch. Pretty bad. I mean, that's what erosion will do. Our soil just does not have a lot of sand in it. And even this is rutted. I had to kind of cut around through here to get around all the ruts and everything. But our soil just does not have sand content. It just, once it starts cutting, it really cuts. And I always call it the domino effect, is once it starts happening, it kind of all goes. But this will be the draw where intakes, and then you'll have basically a draw and intakes up there. That's essentially what it is dams in the low spots in your valleys, and then it fades out to a ridge point. A little cooler today. The crop looks better with the cooler air. We did yet again miss the rain. And we're headed down here to the next hay patch. And if you guys wonder why I can barely talk in this video, it's because I've had some pretty bad flu. I kind of wonder if it's strep throat. Another day of hauling corn. September can't get here quick enough. Sometime late September is when our second trailer should show up. And that facility up there we have empty. This big bin here we have empty. Now we're working on this one. some more up the road. And here we were applying foliar feed and insecticide and fungicide with our sprayer. The foliar feed looks pretty good where we sprayed it, despite the dry weather. But the proof will be in the yield results this fall. Normally this sprayer does not go over tassel high corn, but this year it did. And more grain hauling. These loads of corn are going to Elite Octane in Atlantic, Iowa, which is an ethanol plant currently under expansion. So it's kind of neat to watch the building going on as we deliver grain. And because of the construction, we get the round back tour where you had to travel around the perimeter of those facilities to the outbounds. Almost looks like one of those new C-Series corn heads. Brand new stock stompers. Okay, what we're going to do right here is we're going to locate a tile main. We got an intake going in right up there. I think dead giveaways is stripping the grass. Just because it's so dry, you'll often see it. You can see another one right over there, which is years of spotting this crap. But I think that's where our tile. Lines are at. We're digging in powders, so this will be a little interesting. And the first time I've actually used this particular machine for myself. We're going to try it. We're just going to dig in shallow across the hillside, and we'll get a tile probe out. Now, while we're doing that, we're looking for discrepancies in the soil. You'll see topsoil, then clay naturally, and you'll see a mix in a narrow band. That's going to be your tile line. So we're going to take a look and see if we can find that, and that way we'll know where to get the backhoe and dig in for the mains. Did get a seed tender. Pretty nice. Ooh, brought me a new one. Fancy. Even air conditioned. Well, not bad at all. Radio, air conditioning. It's a little crude. We got a high-low here on the back of the blade control. There's the dozer blade. Not bad. Not bad at all. 112 heat index today, but we got this done. Cut into the main here that came up. We did the locate on, got the intake set, and ended up going up and finding the clay. And down here we found the main. I'm gonna get backed up, and there'll actually be a spur that goes off for seep tile. So far everything's running pretty good. Just very, very dry. Actually, it would work better with some moisture. All right, we're going up this intake. We came down here, we tied in Down there we hit a clay, so I flagged it. But got somebody bringing parts, tile parts down so we can get connected. But going pretty good. Just another hot day out here. We're going to run the whole afternoon and we'll come back this evening. I'm actually truck drain in the afternoon, sitting air conditioning at 115 heat. It's death. But trencher's doing a pretty good job. You can see a tile going through the chute. We got the crumbers out, which puts weight on it. There's your buckets. They sit full of dirt as they come up. And then that piece of green metal in there, what they call a trip cleaner, and you can see it just knocks the shit out of the bucket. We're burming up our dirt over there. Thanks for watching. Need more of this to come. Put some quieter mufflers on this thing. It's ridiculous. Just let my puppy dog take a stroll on its own. Got the intake set.